What's going on, guys? What's going on, Tice Club? What's going on? So the Chiefs won the game against Baltimore, 27 to 20. Baltimore had 452 yards total, uh, 267 yards passing, and 185 pass rushing yards, and the Chiefs had 353 total yards and 281 pass yards and 72 rushing yards. Now, this game was a good game. This game did come down to the wire. Baltimore does, the Chiefs and Baltimore does have a good, good teams this year. And I don't know how the Chiefs made the Super Bowl last year if they had a decent team. Like, you still had Patrick Mahomes, you still had Travis Kelsey. I'm not knocking off that they should have won the Super Bowl. I'm saying the team that they had this year is not the same way they had the team before. I'm going to say this. I think the Chiefs came out because they were the champs, came out and knew that Baltimore was going to come out as well a with a game and make this an interesting game, which it was very interesting. I'm going to say this: if Flowers caught that ball, if Flowers caught that ball to force it into overtime, if Flowers caught that ball from Lamar, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. If Flowers caught that ball from Lamar, I think it would be a different game and we would probably be looking at a different score, not 27 to 20. But like with with Lamar going 26 for 41, 273 yards, one touchdown. With Devin Henry, 13 yards, 46 with 13 carries, 46 yards. And Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 28, 291 yards, one touchdown, one interception. And Travis Kelsey, free catches, free catches, 34 yards, no touchdowns. This was an interesting game by both teams. The thing is that I think the big pickup for Baltimore was Devin Henry because when you have the two-time MVP in Lamar Jackson, when you're going against the three-time champion Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to say this: we saw emotions come out from Lamar Jackson. Um, we saw emotions come out from Lamar Jackson. We saw a good game by the Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. We saw a good game. Like both of the quarterbacks had a good game. Like when you go back and look at the 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 total yards that both of these teams had, and I'm going to say this: Lamar Jackson reminds me of Michael Vick because Michael Vick used to like to run the football like Lamar does, and when Lamar came into the league, some people were like, he's probably going to need to switch his position at quarterback because he's probably going to have to play play right receiver just the way he wants. Look at what Lamar Jackson is doing. He's a two-time MVP. And I think the pickup for Baltimore for 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 the Ravens, I think the pickup for the Ravens and Devin Henry will give them another running back that can take the pressure off Lamar for running the ball and can throw the ball less and run the ball less. Because now you have Devin Henry who can run the football and take more of the pressure off Lamar to run the football more. I mean, run the football less. Because we saw him run the football run the football a lot in the national championship game and in the national championship game last year. And I think this is what Baltimore and Lamar needed. Somebody to take the pressure off of Lamar so he can run the ball less. And if Flowers caught that football, it would be a totally different game. We wouldn't be looking at 27-20. When you have the team that Baltimore has, and when you have a good team in Baltimore and a good team in the Chiefs didn't have a good team last year. The Chiefs didn't have a good team last year, but they have a good team this year. They still have Travis Kelsey. They still have Patrick Mahomes. This was a good game. What can we say? Good game by both teams. But when you have a two-time MVP and a three-time champion, like going against each other, that's going to be interesting to watch. And I think this game was more interesting to watch because we saw a game that was interesting to watch, and we saw what both of these teams. We might see this matchup again in the national championship game, or in the regular season, or in the playoffs. We might see these two teams match up again. We might see these two teams match up again. And it might be, we might see both of these teams match up again. And it's probably going to be a different, we're going to see these teams match up again. Because Baltimore has a different team, the Chiefs have a good team. And this was an interesting game, like 27-20. I think you have to give credit to Baltimore. You have to give credit to the Chiefs because they came out with a game plan that both teams were ready. The Chiefs were ready coming into this game. And I think when we look at Lamar, we can say he's an amazing quarterback. When we look at Patrick Mahomes, we can say he's an amazing quarterback. He's an amazing quarterback. But when you put I would put Lamar Jackson probably behind Patrick Mahomes in that quarterback conversation. This was an amazing game. What can you ask? what can you ask for more? Is that this was an amazing game, and we're probably going to see both of these teams go against each other again in the national championship game or in the playoffs, somewhere in the playoffs, or probably if they match up again. But guys, never give up your dreams, and I hope all of you guys are safe out there and and stay blessed, everybody, and peace.